Ryan, what are you drinking? Oh no. Did I just set myself up for that same dumb joke again?
Yes, you did.
Why, thank you for asking. Depends on who's paying me money. Tastes good, though. Boy, this main menu is starting to get cluttered now, isn't it? And we still have Emmy and Shizune. And technically Misha. Oh. Anyway, what is up, ladies and gentlemen of the humble internet? My name is Ryan, aka the Rhyman, and we are back for another little bout of Rhyman's bizarre adventures in Katawa Shoujo. Now I know there's a couple of different you folk out there tonight. One half is like, oh boy, getting close to the end of the Katawa Shoujo season. I'm so excited. Another half is like, oh thank God, we're almost done with the Katawa Shoujo season. We're gonna open up that gaming schedule for more things like the Nazi Zombie Army trilogy. Fuck yeah, we are. And one small, very small group of people is like, Ryan, you son of a bitch, you've got to be on like the last episode for Major Minor. Finish it, you coward! I will. but first, if I'm getting close to the end of that game, and I'm getting close to the end of this game, I would love to just finish them both at the same fucking time and just two birds, one stone. 2 recordings one day. You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. On the 6th day, the day before the exhibition opening, I find Rin standing in the hallway in front of my room when I return to the dorms after dinner. How did you get inside without hands? What are you doing here? Oh yeah, that's right. The last time we were here, I think I fucked up the whole storyline and we broke up, even though we weren't together. My tone is angrier than I intended. I'm a little disappointed that I was unable to restrain myself, but it can't be helped. Don't make me knock to my left and get my boy Kenji out here. Rin just stands there. Like you just happen to be coincidentally be standing around here when she has no business being. The way she reacts so coolly to everything annoys me now. This is not good. It's been 6 days. Don't sing. Don't sing. Don't sing. It hasn't even been a week. It hasn't even been a goddamn... It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Fuck, I am ashamed. And I know there's some people in the audience who have no idea what song I just tried to sing. And the sight... It's been 6 days and the sight of her has me boiling. She hasn't even opened her mouth yet. Finished painting. Shouldn't you be at the gallery, preparing? They said no. Why? I guess the gallery owner does that part then. Getting the paintings framed, hung on the walls and whatnot. So why are you here? Felt like it. Okay, I've got nothing. The same old stupid pattern emerges again. Me asking her questions, to which she replies with answers that don't answer anything, because it's the only other way we can converse. Apart from me listening to her blabbering about whatever, which isn't really a conversation. Is this a play? Am I being punked? Is Ashton Kutcher disguised as Kenji and he's about to bust through the wall? Are there some unseen roles that we have unknowingly set ourselves into? Dictating the rules of engagement whenever we see each other? Inevitably leading to us hurting each other? Let's not get dramatic, my boy. Her nonchalant answers, accompanied by even more nonchalant shrugs, leave me none the wiser. I guess I should be happy that the exhibition preparations are complete. When I walk in my room, I hear foot... Okay. Okay. Your footsteps follow me? Okay. Girl, I normally have a personal bubble of like 5 to 10 meters around me at all times that people are not allowed to enter, depending on my mood. That bubble is encompassed to the entire room that I happen to bed in. So, I know you don't have hands, but I do. And they're rated E for everyone. I said that to one of my coworkers once at work, and she just looked at me. I became the hero of the office from that day onward. Like, when I said that to Ashley, you guys don't know who Ashley is. It's just the name of the person anyway. Anyway, everyone in the office just dropped what they were doing and went, "Oh!" I didn't invite her in. I won't ask her to leave. Then we, my man, are at an impasse. What the fuck was that? She claims my bed without asking permission, making me wish that I had taken the time to make it before I left in the morning. Then stands up again as though she sat on hot coals. Coals. Well, I guess coils would work, right? Bounce her right the fuck back up, now wouldn't it? And there are coils in the bed. I'm still an idiot. It's coals. I half lean against a single corner of my desktop that isn't cluttered with stuff, to rest my legs at least a little bit. Rin spends a few moments glancing curiously around my room. Makes me realize that she's never seen it before. It's alright, girl. Neither is Lily. In fact, she hasn't even seen her own room. For a moment, she actually looks like she's concentrating, trying to get everything. This must be the eye for detail that makes her an artist. Since the room is small, she quickly runs out of things to look at, but nothing else transpires, allowing the uncomfortable silence to take over the atmosphere. The mood is chilly, to say the least, and both of us are on guard, waiting for the other to try and make the first move. Of course, Rin could play this game forever, so it has to be me. So, I give up because she never tried to open conversation, and because it seems that she wants to say something, and I want to get it over with. Why else would she be here if she didn't want to talk? I don't know what to say myself. I want to be angry, but I can't bring myself to yell at her or anything. Oh, my sweet, sweet summer child. My voice catches her attention, and she tries to search for words as well, but it seems that she's not entirely certain as to why she's here either. And so Rin simply takes a few steps to close the distance between us and rises on the tips of her toes to even out the height difference. She's either not that short of a woman, or you're not that tall of a man. Oi. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Do we fight? Is this what people do when they want to instigate a fight? Because I'm ready. I'm always ready. It was a bad idea. Maybe you should forget about it, and I will too. Is this her talking? It's a reflex. And almost an afterthought, the words no, yes, and maybe simultaneously surface in my mind. My hand is between her lips and mine. A wall that I raised to guard against some... What the fuck? What? Wait. 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 Did she just try to kiss me? Did she just lunge herself at me? And the only thing she got was a hand wall? First of all, Hisao, your reflexes suck. In case of an emergency, I will not be turning to you to help survive the situation. Second of all, why? Her breath feels warm against my fingers. The scent of her skin lingers about. The mysterious, indescribable sensation that captures me and draws my eyes deep into hers, even though they're closed. The look in her eyes is surprised, quizzical as to why the impotent in her hand prevented her advances. Her eyes are really big and glistening with moisture, and staring straight into my own with a soft gaze, and I'm having a hard time to match. Rin's half-open mouth makes her look even more confused, although the sensual way her lips are arcing is signaling something completely different. Okay, Rin, my girl, let me clue you in on something. You don't really get to act like a bitch. And by bitch, I mean a completely aloof to everyone around you and feelings, and then act like nothing happened. You have to talk about this first, girl. Talk! Talk! Just, people need to fucking talk! Please. Okay. First, okay, I will do what the fuck ever, but you will first stand there and tell me, why is my boy Hisao feeling the way he's feeling? You do that, and you'll make it to the next level. Yes, I did just spring my hand forth into the void and pull out a random fucking Alex Jones quote. I need you. You need me to do what? The words come from her throat as a coarse whisper meant only for me, bypassing her tongue and teeth without giving them any chance to interpret. So it came out like, I need you. Is that what people do when they're trying to be sincere to a lover? Is that what I'm doing wrong? Should I try that? All right. This is what I'm going to do the next time I'm whispering into a potential lover's ear. I need you. They sober me in an instant, and I clumsily flinch back to get a little bit of distance between us, painfully scraping against my desk in the process. Maybe it's her choice of words, maybe the way she says it, but something in it puts me off. Oh, as if she's saying what she thinks you want to hear. That's why it's coming out coarse. It's coming out forced. Something is wrong. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. Again. Need me for what? My boy gets a point. All the unpleasant feelings emerge again, and I feel my heartbeat suddenly increasing at least tenfold. Not 9, but not 11. Rins go out of focus and back again as her body relaxes from its tense state, and she stands upright again. I don't think I was thinking about anything. Why do you draw patterns in that dust on your nightstand? What? There's a word for that kind of thing, but I can't remember. Her remark almost throws me off track, and I glance over her shoulder at the small table next to my bed, but I can't see anything from this distance. So she needs me for nothing specific. Just happened to come by because she thought I'd be glad to see her after she shut me out. No complaints accepted for a week. Completely altruistic motives. Felt like it? Bullshit. I can answer myself. To play mind games with whenever you want. To kiss whenever you want, to ignore whenever you want. To fulfill your whims whenever you want.
My boy's getting fucking savage in here.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my boy. Is that it? Is that what you need me for? My voice is sounding very angry again, even to myself.
Good. Yes! See! Let the hate flow into you, my boy. As a famous saying I once said in a previous playthrough I once had, bueno, sí.
Parts of me have finally rubbed off. This is a proud moment. I need a moment. Rin 2 finally catches the mood, and her curious expression changes instantly to something more uncharacteristic. No. She leaves it at that, her eyes restlessly wandering around, searching the room as if the words she tries to find were written in the tapestries of my walls. Then what? I needed to paint.
You came to my room to paint.
I need to finish this drink. And go take a bath with an industrial toaster. No, I'll do that afterwards. Paint. Of course. That's what artists do. The words reverberate through my being, beating in my blood over the piercing whistle of my anger. Don't fucking give me that, Rin. I'm not some goddamn muse of yours, free to play with for the sake of painting. Fuck Van Gogh! Fuck him! I'm not some fucking medium for whatever you aspire to. I am me! So what if I don't know anything about my goddamn future? So fucking what? There's things I want and things I care about. Even I can dream of things other than nightmares. You can't. Wait, you can? What's your secret? I'm yelling, but I'm way past the point of caring about things like that. Good! Get angry! You've got to get mad! Rin looks down at her toes and wiggles them a little melancholily while she takes in my outburst without saying anything to defend herself. Only after I finish does she try to respond somehow. I can't do anything else. Or I can do all sorts of things, but I can't do... What? It's the only thing I sort of do properly most of the time. I understand completely. At first, everything else second. Art first, everything else second. Or thousandth. What about me? Am I nothing? When I was interested in art, did that make you feel like I was a little interesting for a little while? Tell me. I really want to know. Do you ever think about my perspective? Or is it just all you? The words rise like bile in my throat. She looks alarmed and almost completely uncomprehending, as if she just doesn't understand what I'm angry about. That's the problem. I can't believe she could be so stupid. I didn't want to. Ooh? This time it's Rin who interprets herself as, mid-sentence. Or interrupts her. Why can't I fucking read? This time it's Rin who interrupts herself mid-sentence. Don't you understand? I can't. Can't what? You never explain. How am I supposed to understand anything if you never say anything? Why don't you ever talk? Just do it! Say something! I don't care what! But she doesn't. Venting my anger at her feels satisfying. Feels wrong to take so much satisfaction in it, but I can't stop. No! Let yourself be overcome with it as if it was your lust. It will satisfy you. Let anger be your main emotion. Let it become your default state. You will become strong through it. Not wanting to face my anger head on, Rin turns around to steadfastly look out my window even though there's nothing to look at. The worst of my eye are gone. I shut up as I can't be bothered to keep on yelling at the back of her head. So silence finally returns. I want to imagine Kenji's just gonna walk in. I try to discern some hints of her reaction through my adrenaline-distorted vision. Oh, you mean through your red? You see nothing but red at this point. My feedback was not the best kind, but I hope Rin got the clue that she can't just ignore everything else whenever she feels like it. I'd hate it if she didn't. She never, ever listens to anything. She's so unaffected by the world around her. Not this time, it seems. Her body is shaking, like from holding back tears, but I already know that Rin is not crying. Her indifference made me so furious. Now that it's gone, I'm at a loss. I wonder, did I go too far? No! In fact, you didn't go far enough. Look, I know! Again in Spanish, no! Do not back down! Go away. I can't! You're in my room! Go away, Hisao. Her voice is tiny and tired as she says this, but I hear the words clear as day. Ellipses. What is there to say anymore? This is my room! The blunt, hollow remark is a fitting conclusion for this unpleasant discussion that became an even more unpleasant and very one-sided yelling match. After a moment of collecting herself, Rin just gives up. I can see it from the way she slumps her shoulders and walks out. Even though she deliberately looks to the other direction, I can see how she's biting the corner of her lips so hard I might start bleeding if she won't stop. As she makes her exit, I realize that she left the door open when she came in, and my yelling must have echoed around the dorm hallways. Oh no, what will the one neighbor think? I sigh. Now that she's gone, I'm left alone with my guilt. As the thumping in my chest slowly subdues, anxiety replaces it. Somehow, I feel that none of this would have happened if not for me. No matter how infuriating, unbearable, and outrageous Rin is, she is not the Rin I thought I knew. The Rin that I expected Rin to be. Ellipses. Was it me who caused all this by talking Rin into taking her chances with the exhibition? Kinda, but fuck it. Am I directly responsible for Rin becoming like she has been for the past weeks? I mean, yeah, but fuck it. I can't think of any other explanation for her weird behavior than the exhibition and all the things that came along with it. Maybe it was the only way that could have brought us closer, but all it did was separate us further away from each other, and now beyond the reach of either of us. Okay, that was you? I really thought that was Kenji about to burst in. I bang my head hard against the wall. Twice to make sure it hurts.
If you do it 3 times, you might actually go through the drywall. I'm gonna have to start calling you Kyle.
Maybe I can squeeze in one more chapter. Maybe. Why not? Sure, fuck it. I'm on my way to the bad ending of this playthrough. We're gonna see it through, goddammit!
A headache is relentlessly thumping against the back of my head as I push open the door to the 22nd corner. Apart from that, I'm perfectly calm. After venting on Rin and all that anger that I had bottled inside, it felt like a great weight had been lifted from my heart. The tension that had grasped my mind for the past few weeks faded away without leaving even a shadow behind. In this nearly zen-like state of enlightenment, I realized that perhaps it was a bad idea to yell at her like that. I really meant it. But what good does blowing up like that do? Nothing. That's debatable, though. I'm not like that. I don't normally yell at people. I don't know why I did yesterday. So I keep feeling really guilty about it and wanting to take back my words. Rin is probably upset too, even more than my own behavior. Her reaction shocked me. I've always thought of her as unchanging, detached from her surroundings, so that seeing me yelling get her upset felt out of place. I wonder if she understands how I feel. Is Rin's world everything seems to be so absolute and subjective? Absolutely subjective? As if she was completely unable to see things from other points of view other than her own? But ultimately, is anyone able to do it? Maybe objectively and altruism are just illusions for people who like to think of themselves as compassionate. Just like art is an illusion for people who think reality is merely a veil for something greater. Even when you stop thinking that the world revolves around you or start thinking outside of the mythical box, you're just inside another bigger box that you can't escape. Maybe that ultimately makes her like the rest of us. I step through the door and find a gallery full of illusioned people. Despite Say's remarks during my earlier visits, I always thought it was very spacious. But now, when it's crowded, it's like it looks positively cramped. Oh dear. I immediately notice standing in the middle of a lively discussion, basically chatting, with some old gentleman. She's actually pretty tall and kind of cool looking, so she stands out in the crowd. There's a few dozen wine glasses laid on the table along the back wall, filled with burgundy liquid. A vast majority of the guests are sipping from their own glasses. They're getting lit, fam! The socialites and art connoisseurs are mingling happily, exchanging mild opinions about Rin's art, which seems to be a secondary objective of interest for most. The objective is to get drunk. I expect to see Muto here. I feel distance, excluded from the people here. I can't claim even at a stretch to be a social chameleon, so this situation is quite unnerving. Since I don't blend into the crowd at all, I just fake that I do, trying to look as cool and smooth as I can. I wonder how Rin is handling all this. If it was me, I would be quite freaked out. Throwing the anxiety aside, I try to carefully navigate through the crowd, stealing peeks at the framed paintings now hanging on the walls. Oh, okay. Ren's exhibition takes about half the gallery's wall space. Some paintings are less familiar than others, but I recognize most of them. Well, you should. You hung out at her apartment long enough. Wow, this just keeps on going. And going. And going. Is that the girl from the Ring or the Grudge? Some I've seen being created at the my god, I can no longer talk. It's been a long day at work. Some I've seen being created at the club meetings, after all. Or remember from the time when Rin was choosing her portfolio.
I note that a couple of the unfinished paintings are framed on the wall as well. Maybe that's why they call it coincidental art? Even Rin's failures, if you can call them that, become exhibits of her skill. That's quite paradoxical. She herself is nowhere to be seen, which is strange because even though it's crowded, the gallery is pretty small. It's fine, sort of. I don't know how to face her after yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't have come here. But I promised various people, Rin included, that I would, so... Damn. It sounds like I do the things I do because some kind of instinctual properness compels me to. Or the plot! You do it because the plot tells you... I sneak close to the side and wait for a lull in conversation so I can chat her up too. Even though her Rin is almost completely buried under the general background noise, I hear bits and pieces of her talking about Rin. Yes, she's a high schooler at the local school, even though she's graduating next year. I'm sure various art schools would be interested in. I thought it'd be interesting to have an exhibition of someone who is still in early stages of development. So strange. It's like Rin is some kind of mini-celebrity, even though this is nothing but a small exhibition opening at a small art gallery of a small town. In fact, there's a friend of mine from... It's Hisao! What the fuck? My eavesdropping is interrupted by a familiar voice and a familiar slap to the back. I don't need to guess the source of it either, even without turning around. Oh, so I probably should have read it as, It's Hisao! Oh God! Never mind, let's do this again. It's Hisao! Hi! Are you like a representative of the art club or something? I don't see anyone else from the school here. I don't know, really. I guess I am. If that's the case, I thought you died. I thought you did. You not. What about you? What about me? You didn't think I'm interested in art? Is that it, so? No! That's not what well, maybe a little, if you put it that way. I mean, even though you hang out with Rin, I never heard you talk about art with her, so... Emmy huffs and looks around her, looking disconnected. Discontented. I can't read. My mind is slowly falling asleep. I've had a very, very long day. I've actually been up since 5:30 this morning. And it is now 10:40 at night. The fuck am I doing? It's true. I don't get... It's 10:40 at night. I'm tired as balls and I'm trying to voice a small lolly girl. What the fuck am I doing? I'm having a fucking crisis now. I don't get it at all, but she came to my track meet, so I thought it's only fair to return the favor. She leans closer, trying to look confidential, but only manages to look conspiring. Do you get art? No. No, I don't. At all. By emphasizing a head shake draws a giggle and a cheery head shake of her own out of Emmy. Me neither. Hey, let's go talk with Rin. I bet you haven't yet, because I haven't either. Oh, joy. This can only be fun. Come on. Oh! Okay! We're bringing all the All-Stars in! All the Warriors! Before she has a chance to forcefully drag me to Rin, Nomiya appears behind her with Rin in his tow. She's not dressed for the occasion, instead opting for the usual school uniform and unkempt hair. Maybe her natural look is what suits her the best. Hello, teacher. Hi, Rin. Unfazed, Emmy greets the teacher cheerfully. Why can't I read anymore? This is actually not a joke. Emmy greets the teacher cheerfully, causing him to turn around and look down confusedly. Whoa, who are you? Why do I have to say that creepily? This is not good. Who are you? I'm Emmy, from school, class 3-4. Don't you remember? She looks positively shocked at the prospect that there could be a person who doesn't know who the fuck she is. Oh, sorry. You're in the same class as Tezuka is, right? Yeah. You'll have to pardon me. I have trouble remembering students who don't take art. Don't mind. Hi, Rin! Hello. Congratulations for your super cool art thing! I'm sure you'll be a big hit! Oh, she throws her arms into the air, waving them like she just don't care. Oh, she almost hits me in the face. Well, she almost did. That would have resulted in a smack back. And look! Hisao came too! Oh boy, it's me! Rin doesn't look at me, nor does she greet me. Congratulations, Rin. She keeps averting her gaze, pointedly looking at her sandals. Oblivious to the tension between us and ignorant of what happened yesterday, Emmy keeps on blabbering about this and that to an unresponsive Rin. I guess she's used to not getting much out of her at times. Before long, Nomiya inside turned to Rin, introducing her. Expecting it, I catch a second of confusion when the guests see her arms. Oh. Saya is luckily on the ball. They briefly explains about our school. Doubtful faces quickly change to curious. Would you mind telling us something about your art? Is it true that you paint it with your feet? How much for a picture of your left big toe? If there was cripple hell, I'm going there. I thought the development is quite easily noticeable. What do you yourself think of the differences between the older and more current works? Why is this now the most educated Southern hick I've ever fucking voiced? It's quite rare for someone so young to dabble into abstraction. Southern hick reads better than I do. I don't know how to... I can't think of a voice, so I'm just going, it would have been interesting to see how you work. Okay, I went with Ghoul, which means that one-handed girl's making a fucking cameo. Oh, definitely. I assume you use your feet? Or do you put it between your butt cheeks? Why did I think that was funny? That was not funny. Must have been a great trouble to learn it. You should be proud. Will you be pursuing a career as an artist after school? She's bombarded with so many questions she can't even hope to answer all of them. Maybe that's for the best. Rin tends to talk nonsense more than occasionally.
So where do you get your ideas?
That's the fourth, I mean fifth worst. Rin keeps stumbling with her words, looking more and more vexed by the expectant inquiries. Everyone is waiting for her to say something, but she looks like a cat got her tongue. Each question piling up just adds to her distress. I fail to hear the question that is the proverbial one too many. It's like a motor stalling. Oh! Rin just freezes for a long... God, more and more, this really does remind me of one chick I knew in college. Rin just freezes for a long second until she falls on her knees, hitting the floor ungracefully like a sack of potatoes. Are you alright? Where did Misha's come from? What? Oh, God. I don't know. Tezuka, what's wrong, girl? I don't know what's wrong. A terrible silence falls upon the people gathered around Rin. Everyone is petrified, not knowing how to react to her sudden seizure or something. She breathes with deep, trembling gasps as if she was running out of air, staring ahead of herself with hollow eyes. Seeing that nobody does anything, I force myself to step to Rin and lift her up from the floor, letting her lean against me to keep standing. Would you like some fresh air? Okay, let's go outside. I don't even wait for her to answer before grasping her shoulder and pulling her past the stunned-looking Nomiya Sai, Emmy, and guests. Get the fuck out of the way! The cool evening breeze hits my face at the door. I let go of Rin and she leans against the stone wall, trying to catch her breath. Are you alright? The answer's no. I couldn't say anything. Rin is still not looking at me, so I look away too. Fine, I won't look at me either! The streetlights and colored neon signs twist my vision into a blur of near blindness, forcing me to look back. At least she talks, even if she's not directing her words towards me. What did you want to say? Maybe both of us can imagine that we are talking to an invisible friend. I can... Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know. Something that would have meant something. The silence lasts for a long time. I don't feel comfortable being alone with Rin. I'm not good at imagining things that don't exist, do, or that things that exist don't. We should go back in. The guests I invited are in there. They probably want to meet you and talk with you. You know, ask you questions and stuff about those paintings you worked so hard for. I don't want them to ask me questions like that. I can never say the right things. What do you want then? That someone would have had to... That someone wouldn't have to ask questions from me. That someone wouldn't have to ask questions from me. So what do you want? Someone that doesn't ask those questions. Okay. This one is like screaming at my face. So I want to say the first one. That aren't you kind of happy that people are kind of interested in your paintings. But this second one is screaming at me and it won't shut up. Because the more I look at it, the more I read it. The more... The more it feels like I would get the answer that I've been seeking for this entire session, this entire playthrough, this entire season. Okay. Someone that wouldn't have to ask questions.
What the fuck would you do if you found that? Yeah. So you find your mystical fucking unicorn. Then what? Do you really think that would be some kind of be-all, end-all things? Star-crossed lovers and happily ever after? My question is met with a blank stare. The darkness in her eyes unfazed by the thinly veiled bitterness. No, I don't think that. But at least then I wouldn't have to be alone. Okay. She whispers the words to the lights of the town, but I hear them anyway. I shouldn't have done this. Not yet. The exhibition? She nods and closes her eyes, breathing calmly out as if to prove she can, and then continues talking to herself. Why? Wrong conjunction of the planets? No, not that. I double-checked. It's actually really important that you double-check that. Like, I'm not phased at all that she does check that. And I got up with the left foot, and did everything else left. Right. It's me. I was wrong. She stands straight and stretches before stepping past me out into the street. Not into traffic, I hope. Wait, where the fuck are you going? She stops on her tracks and turns around, looking at me quizzically. School. I'm leaving. What? Why? Because I want to be me. Huh. Ren walks off, leaving me behind, utterly fucking confused. Ren! But something she said really touched me. Or maybe it was the way she said it. Maybe it was the fact that she said it. I want to say something back to her before I forget this feeling again. As if granting me a wish, Ren stops in her tracks. She doesn't turn around. She just keeps waiting for me to say what I want. And even though I didn't have time to think what. Ren! Listen. I don't believe you have to be alone. Even if you never meet anyone like that. I don't know if she heard my words, but either way, she doesn't react in any way. For the final time, she starts walking away from the gallery. So, where's Tezuka? I can only shake my head, but it doesn't seem to be a sufficient answer. I have to say something. She ran away. She died. Fucking excuse you? The horrific realization spreads on his face like wildfire. This is a fiasco. Catastrophe. What is that girl thinking? The most important event of her life, and she just runs off? And you! Why didn't you stop her? I'm going to hold you personally. Oh, you back the fuck off right now! Before I say an actual metric shit ton of things that I've been holding back. On your face, your coat, your tie, your appearance, your demeanor. But I will keep... I'm gonna keep being the bigger guy. And let my boy Hisao take the wheel. Hisao... Okay. Sai interrupts him, holding her hands up calmingly. It's good she intervened. The teacher was starting to get a few weird looks from the nearby guests. Now, Sunichi. She probably just had stage fright. I don't know her as well as you people do. What the fuck do you mean by you people? But I get the image that she's somewhat peculiar. This kind of thing can happen. It'll be fine. I'll explain that she suddenly became ill. The Gus will surely understand. But... Look around you. Everyone seems to be rather happy with their free wine and chit-chat. The guests will be fine, but we're missing on opportunities here. Networking, making contact and acquaintances. I've been thinking it for a while, and I'm pretty goddamn well sure everyone else has. You really have just been pushing her because you don't have an actual fucking career of your own. And you're thinking like, oh, if you think she's good, look at me. I molded her. I'm the teacher. Fuck you and your kind. I know your type. As the adults keep arguing about something that can't be helped, Emmy tugs my sleeve to get my attention. She doesn't look very happy either. Don't you start on me. I've got more on you. Come on. Where? We're going to find Rin and kick her ass. Okay, Emmy gets a point. You're back in the green. Fucking excuse you. I can't believe it. She's so stupid. That Rin, how could she do this? I'm telling you, she doesn't have a bit of common sense in her head. You know what? Maybe we'll try the Rin path next. She's got fucking fire. Emmy is seriously angry. Only missing steam rising from her ears. I guess I understand, Emmy. She is that kind of person. Give up has never felt like part of her vocabulary, and maybe she feels it should be part of anyone's vocabulary. It's probably best to leave her alone for tonight. What? Are you the Rin expert now? I don't know. Have you been inside her? I technically have. Okay, to the FBI department, like, who monitors my shit. If you guys have been on the ball, you know the context of that. You do not look at me like that. She takes a firm stance and puts her hands on her hips, confrontationally. It's like she wants to pick a fight with me. Girl, these hands are rated E for everyone. No, I don't think that's even possible in the first place. I just don't think kicking her ass would do her any good. The melancholic remark surprisingly works, as Emmy slumps her shoulders a little and sighs. I know that. You do? The last time I did that, it changed. You actually fought her? I would have paid $500,000 to watch a fight between an armless and a legless chick. No joke. The ride back to the school is in an empty late-night bus is silent. Well, if it's empty, yes, it's silent, you twat. Both of us keep staring at the lights flashing past the windows without saying a word. The nightly grounds are quiet, lit only by a wan moon and yellow lampposts. We say our goodnights in front of my dormitory. Emmy, reflectively clenching her fists, compels me to ensure that she won't assault Rin the moment I let her out of my sight. Promise me not to go scold her. She looks up at me, her eyes again flaring with anger that I match with as calming a stare as I get. Oh, my dude. Come on. It's only easy to face an angry woman if you are not the target of her ire. Says you. After a minute of the mismatched staring contest, she sighs and shakes her head in defeat. You're too nice, Isao. Did you know that? Fucking lies. Hints of a smile are tugging in the corners of her mouth as she says that, and she seems a lot more relaxed. What a sudden change of mood. Maybe she wasn't as angry as she seemed to begin with. Maybe her mood changed easily. If I was, I wouldn't have let you have your way. Does that mean you're only nice to Rin?
Both of us are hiding our concern behind empty jokes, but at least it puts me in a good mood. Emmy waggles her eyebrows in a half-amused smirk, trying to push my buttons. Not gonna work. No, it just means I'm not nice only to you. Hey! Good night, Emmy. I'm gonna leave it there. Probably should have left it at the last chapter, but fuck it. I committed. You know that whole spiel. Last day before summer vacation is waning slowly. If you guys had any fun whatsoever, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, tell your friends and family about this. Links for the Facebook and Discord in the description box below. I did not mean for this to be an hour episode, so I'm gonna let you guys go in case you haven't already fucking left. До свидания.